Hello everyone, it is a beautiful day in Wisconsin. I am sitting outside because it's sunny and warm and very blustery. But anyways, I want to talk about an aspect of my life which really is something not of a family secret, but it's a family dynamic I was raised in. Hoping this can help other people and possibly shed light on why estrangement is kind of twofold. We think of estrangement as when our children walk away from us, but what happens when you're raised in a family where you're ousted by someone who claims to love you unconditionally, that decides that your behavior is so abhorrent that they can no longer even look at you anymore. So I was raised in a Catholic family. My mom was the oldest of 8. One of her brothers had passed away, I think, around the time I was born. So I was raised with an additional 6 aunts and uncles on my mom's side. And my dad had 2 brothers, and I had a multitude of first, second, third cousins, etc. And on my mom's side, my maternal grandmother and grandfather were alive for quite some time, throughout at least my childhood. And being raised in a Catholic family, everything was according to the Catholic Bible. And if it was against the Bible, quote unquote, or their religious beliefs, it was frowned upon. And you were kind of not welcome. So my mom was the first to get divorced in our family. I was probably 12 years old, and I joined the military, went on to marry someone who was incredibly cruel. And I did not expose my marriage, the abuse, etc., to my family because at the time my then husband met my maternal grandfather. They hit it off because they were both cooks in the military, and they had that kinship. So I was very embarrassed. I stayed married until my children were 8 and 9 years old. And when I had to announce to the family I was getting divorced, they didn't understand why. They did not know the reasoning behind the decision I was making. And therefore my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, kind of ousted me. And when I would go into the house to visit, and there would be a family party, I'd go up to kiss him and he'd turn his face from me. And my grandma and I, my maternal grandmother and I, would play Scrabble every week. And I'd say, you know, Grandma, I'd love to come over. And she'd say, it's not a good time. Your grandpa's not ready. And so I saw her at a funeral. I said, once again, I'd like to come over. Oh, your grandpa's not ready. And so I was kind of ousted from the family for about 5 years, until one day, I guess my grandfather told my mom, well, you know, she made the decision that was right for her, so tell her I said hi, or something like that. But it is very, very difficult when you're raised in a family, or if you go and make a choice which is correct for you, which is right for you, and it goes against a religious belief or against the family. It is very, very, very painful to be ousted, to be estranged from in that manner. And so estrangement is really nothing new. You might have been raised with a grandparent who said if you don't follow a certain religion, you're not welcome in this family. If you live with someone and you're not married, you're not welcome in this family because it goes against our religious beliefs. And so you can see where estrangement is twofold. It is not just children estranging from their parents as adults, but it's family members you were born and raised with, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, maybe an aunt or an uncle, who seem to hold on to the belief that if you don't do it their way, according to their belief, their religion, according to the family religion, according to the religion you were raised in, that you are no longer welcome. So their love is conditional, and it doesn't matter that they were with you from birth on, that you have addressed them as grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, cousin, great aunt, great uncle, etc. So it's twofold, and it's never easy to be raised in a family like this, but it takes someone really, really strong to say, you know what, even if this is how we were raised, I have to make the decision that is right for me, and that if you don't want me around, I'm not going to come around. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to do what I have to do in order to survive and thrive in this world. And then if I see you, I'll be cordial to you, but our relationship will never, ever be the same. And I truly believe after estrangement is whether you're estranged from or you're being pushed out, no relationship can ever be the same, because when someone says, I love you, and they go so far as to cut you from their life, it can never be the same. So protect yourself, do what's right for you, and I'll talk with you soon.